find ourselves in, we do need to make you aware of the following. You'll note that you are asked for your details to be taken at the door. If you haven't given those to our team, please do see Rebecca, who's now over here, but Anna or someone will certainly work through that. Also note that you do need to sanitize your hands when you come into the auction room. Also when you leave, if you could just make sure that you sanitize your hands as well. If you do become unwell over the next 14 days, please advise one of our team and also consult with your health professional. If you are unwell, please advise one of the team and we will make arrangements, because you will need to leave, unfortunately. And lastly, please be aware of the social distance that we are undertaking today and keeping at arm's length away from those that don't know you. Of course, those of you who are here buying property together, I would suggest you'll be safe and sound to sit next to each other. Right, well, as I said, we are here for two properties this afternoon here in the Harcourts Gold Auction Rooms, and we're here to do two things. Firstly is to inform you that we have received those pre-auction offers, which has, as I mentioned, have actually brought those proceedings forward today. Those offers are at a level that are acceptable to our owners. Secondly, we're here to see whether or not we will receive any further bids or any bids over and above that pre-auction offer. And if we do so, we are in fact going to be holding an auction for one or in fact both of the offerings that we have here this afternoon. Before we get into things, may I firstly acknowledge our sellers and to thank them for the ease of access, their presentation, but first and foremost their choice in agency. We appreciate that there is choice in the marketplace, so thank you, and thank them, I should say, for working with the team here at Harcourts Gold. Now, if I could just very quickly introduce some of the management team that work alongside me. I have Anna McKenzie here, one of the management team here in the Harcourts Papanui team. And on my left flank as well, I of course have Alana Davey. She's the one, or the technology whiz there, making sure that everything is beamed out to the World Wide Web, so we can keep an eye on the auction proceedings on the web as well. And of course, Rebecca Johansson as well. She'll be scribing any bids that we may receive today, just making sure and keeping me in line as auctioneer, so that everything I say is recorded right down the line and is nice and accurate. I, of course, also acknowledge the fact that the team at Harcourts Gold will have made all the relevant documentation available to each and every one of you. That's the LIM, the title, and of course the contract by which we work from, which has been approved by the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand and the Auckland District Law Society. And that you understand, of course, that you are bidding and buying on a cash and unconditional basis here today. Now, there are a few rules and regulations that we must adhere to that we do need to run through this afternoon, so I will take you through those now. The rules are a little bit different given the fact that we are in a pre-auction offer process here today. As auctioneer, I may nominate the sum by which any bids increase. More than likely, I'm going to be very comfortable in working with any bids that we do take in. I may refuse a bid if I deem it not to be in the best interest of my owners. Once again, that's very, very unlikely today. And if a dispute does arise with a bid, I'll be sure to sort that out as well. More than likely, we'll just revert to the last undisputed bid and then move forward from there. Given our pre-auction offer effectively becomes our reserve today, there will be no vendor bids placed by myself as the auctioneer. So rest assured, any bids that may be placed against you are from competition from other interested parties here in the room. Now, at the conclusion of the auction, which shall be deemed by the fall of the hammer coming down onto the rostrum such as this, you do have a couple of simple obligations to fulfill as the successful purchaser. You'll be required to sign the Memorandum of Agreement, and in doing so, you're acknowledging receipt of the approved sale and purchase agreement guide. And secondly, you need to arrange to make a payment of a neat 10% of the purchase price, unless, of course, you have made alternative arrangements with our owners that's been signed off. Very good. So there should be no questions there. Nice and clean, clear and concise, the rules and the rules and regulations by which we work from here this afternoon. Very good. Well, I'm going to take you now on to the first offering if I can, and I welcome in Leanne Marriott. Very nice to be working with you here this afternoon. And you've been bringing to the market over the last couple of weeks number 5 Fio Close in Parklands. It's more formally described as being an estate in fee simple, being some 557 square metres of that fee simple land, being lot 72 on deposited plan 348678, which is all outlined on the certificate of title that Leanne will have made exceedingly available to each and every one of you. The list of chattels, will they remain unchanged? Certainly no surprises there. What I worked from here this afternoon is exactly what you will have been referring to over the last few weeks. Settlement date is set out for the Thursday, the 14th of May of this year. that's the day that your life gets a little bit better than it already is. Finally, I do draw your attention to the further terms of sale, clauses 21 through 23 inclusive, but you understand and acknowledge that you are bidding and buying, of course, on a cash and unconditional basis here this afternoon. Well, if I can take you back now to number 5, Theo Close in Parklands, the property I had the opportunity to visit on the weekend. Immediately, I was taken back by the warmth and the comfort of this home. It was a cooler day on Saturday, you may remember, but immediately I walked in, and of course, having the fire there humming away was just a lovely, warm, inviting place to be. I like the way that the kitchen, living, dining is very open plan in its nature. I can just imagine it being a wonderful place to run a busy family, perhaps in the future. Of course, no hinting here coming from Mr. Auctioneer, of course, but of course the busy lives that we live, I can just see that kitchen being the hub of the home, no doubt about it. Very easy to look out over the living, dining spaces, and of course out to the nice private backyard as well. Plenty of options there with the bedrooms, so everyone will have their own space there as well. And I like the fact that the master, of course, has its own ensuite and walk-in robe as well, and of course access back out to the garden space. There's plenty of space along in the double garage as well. Of course, the internal access is nice to have as well, and we've got the extra parking available down the side of the garage too. With Bottle Lake nearby, it's zoned for Waitakere Primary School, and of course Avonside Girls and Shirley Boys. So a whole lot of upside with this property. The interest in this one certainly does not surprise me. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, I am now going to disclose our pre-auction offer, which is acceptable to our owners. Unless I see a higher bid or a better bid over and above that level, I will be selling the property at that pre-auction level, which is $615,000. So I'll call it through 3 times. Unless I do see a better offer, I will sell the property at $615,000. First chance, second, third and final call. No late interest from anyone in the room that we weren't expecting. Then the property at number 5, Theo Close, it goes, it is gone, sold. Congratulations. Very well done, congratulations, and I'm sure you guys will have many, many happy years there in the future.
Thanks very much.
Well done, team.